you know,
Oh man, no one can spruik like
He's like-
Ezekiel. That was really
his
good.
perfect spruiking.
Yeah.
It's like, let's, you know, good on you guys. Like, you know, we all know that, you know, to pay for what the fuck we're doing, someone needs to make some
Yeah.
sort of money, and if you have to sell,
Yeah.
like, if you have to sell,
Carb is back.
you know, Red Bull or something to get hype games, then I don't care. I don't.
Yeah, I can-
I'll happily put up with 30 seconds of Red Bull advertising for,
Yeah.
you know, a super hype tournament. I'm not going to buy their fucking drinks. I'm not that stupid. But all right. Well, it looks like Carbuncle is back on the internet, and then hopefully the stream will be back up anytime soon.
Yeah.
So just reload that, and does it look like we got stream happening? It looks like we got stream happening. We're on.
We're back.
We're back. That's
We're back.
freaking awesome.
Awesome. Well, that was a nice little break that we had there.
Yeah, it was a really interesting interlude.
All right. So, I think let's proceed. So we haven't
Can we
even got one
remember
game out
what-
yet.
We haven't got one game out. I think
This is a round apiece.
possibly a round apiece. So
So-
my call, if it suits them, is just to restart.
Yeah, I think
I
that's-
will ask them on Discord.
Otherwise, play. Well, there's no point really getting to one round apiece. You may as well just play it out.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Don't ask them. Just tell them. Play it out.
No, well, that's what I've told them, but I've asked them anyway. And
Yeah.
you know, I know these guys. They're both decent blokes. I think they'll understand it was one game apiece,
One round apiece.
one round apiece.
Yeah. Yeah. We got the okay from Sleepy Nick. I think that's good for everyone
It's good.
involved.
Llama's pretty chilled as well. All right, so we're replaying
right.
from the start. What a disaster! But here we go. You know, every time we make a mistake, we learn something new. That's what my kindergartners tell me.
That's a fantastic way to look at life.
If you're not making mistakes, you're not learning.
All right, straight into it, and I've caught up. Here we go. All right, so
Ooh, Nick's right in there. Already they're taking quite a different approach to before. And
Yeah,
these
so-
first couple of rounds were a bit of kind of touchy-feely, working out what the other guy was doing from them.
good TP. Ooh, didn't get the.
Oh, and that's going to be a punish. That's going
That's
to
a
be
crush
a
count.
real punish.
Ooh,
Not as much of a punish as I was expecting. Maybe Lana's saving something up.
yeah.
Nice little beam vessel there.
Ooh, good use of the flip to get out of that boom pressure. Ooh, no anti-airs.
Goes the jump in. Oh, this,
Alright.
this is tight.
Bit of fast
These guys are playing so cautiously, but they're ready to pull it out when they need to. Don't forget, Llama has got a had a fully loaded up.
Ooh,
But, you know, that's alright. It's getting these 2x's and save one for an excellent victory.
all right. So, I think Sleepy Nick was trying to play a little bit too sitting back, which is not a good idea against Guile.
Not a
There's
good idea.
no one is better at sitting back than Guile. So,
No, you know, who knows? Who knows?
Hey,
what
good use of the
Zephy's
EX
got.
ground kick.
Zephy's got some things in his toolbox. Like, you know, who knows what the matter with him is.
oh, good jump in there.
It was
Got
a
a
very nice
splash.
cross up. Caught him for that. He's
if
got his
anyone
spacing
has-
down pat. Oh, he's gone for the young second.
Oh.
What does this mean?
Here we go.
Fucking knows what it means.
So, ooh.
I don't know what it means.
Alright, shoulders. You should be shouldering through those booms. It is projectile invincible.
Well, that didn't work
So-
out in that time. It's like,
No.
sounds
game
good in
one.
principle.
Yeah, but no. So the shoulder, even his V skill boom, where it just sits there, he can shoulder straight through that. So I think you should be going for the young Zeku in this matchup, which I think is really cool that Zeku has such diverse tool sets.
Yeah, two completely
Good
different
flash kick.
characters.
Yeah. Oh, no follow up off the light kick.
He is a really good character.
Yeah. Oh, that was a nice read.
You know,
Catches the jump in. Oh, another good jump in. Sleepy Nick on point right now.
Oh man, he just dropped that.
Yeah, I think that was a bit of a stretch, but here we go. Guile stuff. Going in.
It's a bit like he's got the big trigger. Let's just finish it now. Let's do it. You know, he's still got an X meter in there. So it's still just. Oh.
See, there's the shoulder. There's the shoulder.
That's the shoulder you were talking about. That's
Yeah.
what you want to see.
Yeah. All right. Both playing
A
patiently.
little clap for you down there. Hello. You know, but I know Nick's from Melbourne, but you know, Llama's from Sydney.
Yeah. Ooh, good air. Ooh, flush. Yeah. So I get excited.
I understand that. I get excited as well, but I'm more excited about that because Llama's coming in for the kill.
Oh, here we go. All right. Again, both of them just playing patiently.
Very patient.
Whoa, big crush counter, but no, nothing off it. I think he wanted to go for the V-trigger activation, but missed, or I don't know.
Yeah, maybe just didn't have like quite but so early in the bracket, these guys are.
Oh!
Wow.
What happened there? Was he going? Was that a? Surely he didn't hit him out of the EXDP. That must have been a EX.
Yeah,
flip.
maybe he dropped the button and he just went completely. I don't know.
No, it was definitely an EX. Yeah.
I was thinking about Melbourne and Sydney.
Classic heart. Alright, so, Wild Llama going in. And this is the EX gram kick from Sleepy Nick. But Wild Llama got him in the corner.
Aggressor Guile.
Yeah, and he has all the meter in the world to do things now. So Sleepy Nick needs to be careful. Ooh, jab down to the flip.
He's so close to the win. Oh!
Ooh,
Wow.
jab down to the shoulder.
Yeah, well, he wasn't jabbed
Nice.
out of it, but he at least had the block there.
Ooh,
Oh,
this is the
bit of
flash
a
kick, but
raggo
no
flash
punish.
kick.
Yeah. Alright, close to stun. Oh, gets him with the
That could be
overhead.
it, That could be it. I
Yeah.
thought it was all over for Nick, but what a comeback that was. And now
Yeah,
they're
that
one
was
apiece.
really good.
Now they're one apiece.
Ooh.
I can't call this. Can you call this?
I can call anything you want.
Cool. I need to whack. I need to whack $50. A sneaky $50
You know, look,
on Sydney, New South Wales, on a Wild Llama, playing his new
I
character.
would,
You know,
I would put,
Kyle has barely been out for a week for a Wild Llama.
really. So, oh, good anti-air.
It was a nice
Ooh,
one.
lots of good reversal. Ooh, nice sweeps. Ooh, gets out of a.
Oh, and the bait, the punish.
That's gonna be a solid round.
That is it. And I was almost, I was really almost expecting it to. I could see it coming,
Nah.
and he didn't. I'm so
Don't
glad
need to
he
see that
didn't.
do tech.
Don't need to see that. I'm glad he didn't.
So that shoulder is definitely minus on block.
Oh, it's
All right.
And it looks like the spacing's not quite right as well.
Yeah.
He jabbed out of, or at least
But-
jabbed safely. So you definitely need to be careful.
Yeah. Ooh.
He's not dying. But
No.
yeah.
Yeah. So that was really well done from Llama. He was in the corner. He was really close to stun. He's worked his way out and started chipping down at Sleepy Nick.
But Nick's got the pressure. Like,
Oh,
that was a great
That's
block.
it.
And that has done that.
Oh, yeah,
But,
good
I
stuff
mean,
there from Sleepy Nick.
Was, you know, I'm not familiar with the character. Like, I don't think that many people are, and
Yeah.
especially Llama with a new character for himself.
Yeah.
Coming back from a break from the game, he
Yeah.
doesn't know what if this pressure
Flash
is
kicks.
real and what if this pressure is fake. So at the moment,
Yeah.
Sekiu has got free reign. Once he's in, he can press buttons.
Yeah.
And, you know, Llama is really just guessing. He's really just feeling out, I think, what is the safe stuff and what is
Yeah.
not.
Oh,
he
punish the
needs to-
sleeps.
Oh, that was a good one. And he's definitely down with this confirms.
Yeah.
You know, and if anything, oh dear, it's not going to make a difference to the outcome, I don't think.
Oh, I don't know. So I'll
He's
just
gonna have to
state,
play his mind. He's going to have to play his mind out to.
play out of his mind. What has he got left in the tank?
No, there's a slight variation.
So yeah, just for the viewers at home, the shoulder is -6 on block. All
Wow.
versions of the shoulder, light punch, medium punch, heavy punch, EX is all -6 on block. So he was getting away with.
Definitely
dirty.
not. Definitely
Murder
not
there.
safe.
Also,
But in the end, Lama came through.
yeah, that was solid play in that last round. It seemed like he got a real good handle of how to handle,
He did.
yeah, the Zeku there. So he struggled a bit with old Zeku, then he got on top of old Zeku. He struggled a bit with the young Zeku switch, and then he got on top of that, and everything was hunky-dory from there. So nice work there from
You know,
Lama.
that was an excellent effort. So
Yeah.
let's see. Have you got anyone flagged?
Oh,
Up on
oh,
stream next?
Somniac and Bug. Ooh,
Oh,
I'm
Somniac
actually
and
really
Bug.
excited
That
for this. This
is.
is going to be so fun to watch.
This is going to be a great match to watch. So
Yeah.
both of these guys,
Oh, man.
I understand, are going to be heading off to Adelaide in a couple of weeks as well,
Yeah.
where they've got the Southern Cross Championships, which is one of the sort of big majors in Australia. Not as big as the Aussie Nationals or Battle Arena Melbourne.
Yeah.
They're making a good effort. And first prize for Street Fighter, Tekken, and Guilty Gear is a trip to Japan to contest Evo Japan,
Oh.
inaugural Evo Japan, which will be
That'd be-
towards the end of January. I think it's the 28th of January.
Oh man, that'd be
and
so
both
good.
of these guys are going to be facing off to win that prize. So
Oh man.
I'm suspecting this could be a preempt of the Southern Cross Nationals or Southern Cross Championships.
Yeah.
I hope so. I hope Bug wins.
Of course. All right, I've just caught up. Right.
Me too.
Both playing.
And
Ooh, good use of EX knees.
he does. You know, if
Alright.
nothing else, like Xavier, Somniac, you know, he knows how to use his meter. He knows how to use his facing.
Yeah. Man, I feel real dirty commentating this match because these guys are just so far above my mindset. It's so cool to watch.
Oh,
good
it's ridiculous.
confirm.
You know, I feel exactly
Bomb
the same.
stuff.
Think
Nice jump out of that. I
You know,
think Bike used the wrong bomb then because that lasted forever. So I think he meant to use the
Oh,
short
you know,
fuse and got the long fuse.
no, some sort of filthy setup plans that just didn't quite work out. Like, the wrong bomb is not something that Bug, so it makes it safe, and oh, that was disgusting. But yeah, look, I mean, it is the problem that you and me are gonna have LL. Like,
Yeah.
all our best players, many of whom are great commentators as well, want to play
Yeah.
these tournaments.
And fair enough.
You know,
rightly
which
so.
is nice, but you know, the community gets out there.
Yeah. He was ready for that EX Devil's reverse and used that heavy
Look
kick.
at that, then
And
he's
keeps him in the
working on
corner,
a
close to
He's
stun.
gonna have
Blocks
that now.
the
V
V
reversals,
reversal.
work on that stun. Oh, nice X out.
Yeah.
Man, they're so gonna
All right.
do that next season.
Nah, they won't. Bison doesn't have much at the moment. Apart from just being a scary guy.
Beautiful.
Nice.
From Bug.
Yeah, really nice work there from Bug. Really controlled him, kept him in the corner when he needed to. Really good. Alright, so...
You know, that's
keep
the
it up.
thing. The problem with this battle is that it looks great. It's wonderful to watch, but I know both of
Yeah.
these guys are for sure.
Ooh,
And
yeah.
this is all probably just information. It's probably like,
That was so tricky, so hard to block.
what?
Close to stun.
Oh, and takes
Oh.
it there.
Yeah, nice frame trap there. Alright, so round one to Somniac. Look,
Very impressive.
Whoever
game,
won the-
game one, even. Game one.
yeah. Oh, game one, whoops. But yeah, whoever's winning these rounds at the moment it seems pretty one-sided. So if Somniac can get Bison stuff happening,
Yeah.
he's in the lead. If Bug can get Ibuki stuff happening, he's in the lead. So
Oh,
See-
so much of Street Fighter is like that, you know. It's like
Yeah.
neutral for about 15 seconds, and then
Yeah.
someone lands a hit, and then it's corner, pressure,
Yeah.
pressure.
yeah, all right.
It's, you know, it is still a game where it's very hard if you're behind to
Yeah.
come back, but big
Yeah.
comebacks can happen, and we may even see when still kicking the bomb.
Yeah. All right. Good air to air, but no, gets hit out. So that was really dominating round there from Somniac. He really stopped
damn
Bug from doing Ibuki stuff. So let's see if Bug can...
It's the language of the scrum commentary. He's doing Bison stuff, he's doing Ibuki stuff. Like
Yeah.
a pretty old bear.
Yeah. But no, I think... See, this time Bug's putting the pressure on the Bison. So, oh, but he's back in the corner now. Oh, good blocks.
Yeah, as Burnout actually commentated in chat, he might even want to come and take over from me at some stage soon. He's more than welcome to. You know, the problem with Bison is he is so plus on the block. Like, every fucking thing he does, pretty much, is plus.
Yeah, for sure.
And how do you come
Ooh.
back from that? And that is a cheeky win.
That's another win.
That's
Yeah,
it.
so that's-
Was that 2-0 or 2-1? I can't
2-0.
remember my memory shot at this time of night. Wow.
No,
Good
yeah,
win.
that was a
Good
quick
win
2-0.
for Somniac. He's showing
Yeah.
us who wants to go to Japan.
Yeah, that was really solid play from there. He really shut down everything Bug wanted to do. And even when Bug was putting on Ibuki pressure, he just kept his cool. He knew when to press his buttons. He knew when to EX Devil's Reverse out. And just played really smart.
Yeah. I mean, I think there is actually no better player in Australia at the moment than Somniac. I think he's really solid. And now it looks like we've got a wonderful matchup again with Somniac. Showing us shit.
Ooh.
He's going to be playing Ghost Chips
Ooh.
from New Zealand.
Ooh, this will be fun.
Arguably the best and strongest
New Zealand
player
player?
in New Zealand.
Yeah,
Head of Zanshin Gaming, a new up-and-coming New Zealand gaming team, and
Yeah.
a very, very, very solid Bison usually.
yeah,
So we could be getting the Bison mirror match. Like Ghost Chips is showing us on his character select screen that he's been
Gonna
playing
play
Akuma.
yeah.
That'd be cool. Because
That's something I'd be able to talk about.
There's nothing more boring than a Bison mirror match.
Oh, I disagree. I say this every time, and I say this every time. I love watching Bison. I love playing against Bison, and I wish I was good at playing Bison. I just think he's a really cool, fun, and scary character.
Hey guys, we got to set the lounge to first to 3, and I'm not the lounge host anymore. I think
Okay.
our LSA will need to set the lounge to first to 3.
Cool. All
Sorry.
right.
Cool. All right, so
Right.
Awesome appearance from Carbuncle on our stream chats. LL, are you the lounge?
I've done it. yes, I have done it. It's now first to 3. Right. Since it's first to 3, that does mean we're in top 8 already.
Wow, it happens so fast, doesn't it?
It does. All right. So, oh, I better get back at the queue. All right, here we go. Somniac versus Ghost Chips. All right, I'm excited. Do you think Ghost Chips will play Akuma, or he'll go the Bison?
I think he's going to go Bison. And wow,
Yeah.
Somniac is master rank as well.
I know, that's
I'd
so
never even
impressive.
seen that before. I'm not a stream monster, but I'd never even seen that little symbol with little stars. I'd only heard about it, but wow,
Yeah.
that is seriously impressive. And
Right, Bison mirror.
Bison mirror match. That's just filthy.
Yes. So we have Somniac in purple and Ghost Chips in blue or grey. Would you say grey, blue, gun still grey?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Grey. Somniac's the darker
It looks
one.
kinda definitely looks great here.
Definitely purple Ghost Chips is looking really great. We get
Yeah.
That's cool.
All right.
So any of the stream boxes looking at the Twitch chats, we are at 998 followers at the moment on Twitch.
Wow, that's so good.
It's great, but we're hoping for 1,000. So if there's anyone out there who hasn't pressed the follow button, or the subscribe button, just to follow. It doesn't cost you anything.
Very true.
We can get 1,000 followers, and we'd be very happy.
All right, so Somniac very dominating right now, but good use of the EX there. Classic Bison frame
Ghost
traps.
Chips. Oh no! Wow,
Somniac. Yeah,
It's
real
just like,
dominating.
what an upset! Here we go, New Zealand, but there was.
Oh, good dash out there. Oh, gets hit out of the big ball. I don't know. I actually have no idea what that's called. I'm gonna check that out. Yeah. Ooh, both went for the Devil's Reverse, or the Stomp, but the EX beat it out. Oh no, drops.
It's such an
good
interesting
interrupts.
game, 'cause, like, where do they even find the openings to do license?
Oh, that was so smart.
Oh man, that was beautiful.
Oh, nice work. That
Now
was really
I can
clever.
say Ghost Chips.
But no, that was really clever. He knew that he wanted to get that cross up. And he knew that there'd be a button or an opportunity to press a button. He got the button. He got the counter hit combo. Really good work there from Ghost Chips. So that wasn't as one-sided as the first round. So really good.
Well, it wasn't as one-sided because he won the fucking. You know,
Yeah.
it was a good effort, and this is like a real tournament now. But someone
Tried to shimmy.
coming back, he's still got a full load of everything.
Yeah. Let's see what Ghost Chips does. All right. No
He's
anti-airs.
actually- I realise now he's got the All Blacks colours. Is what's happening.
Oh,
Oh, now
good hit
that's
on the dash.
Punisher. Oh. You know, no one's gonna fall for the
Ooh, good use of the Devil's Reverse.
on the Devil's.
Man,
oh,
Ghost Chips
man,
was
that
just going in.
He was
Yeah.
playing out of his. Wow, he was playing really well.
Yeah, he was playing really well. He was just going in and really working that comeback on Somniac.
Yep.
But he clutched it out in the end, Somniac did, and that's first game to him. Let's see if we can get Ghost Chips to take game two.
That's.
Yeah, that's first game to Somniac.
First game, Somniac.
Yeah. Alright, Somniac going in now. I guess the thing with Bison is he doesn't have good wake-up options, so going in as Bison against a Bison is your best option. Oh, good dash and grab, gets the stun.
Straight into the stun. That's gonna be almost perfect. That was good.
Solid stuff. Alright, so it seems to be the aggressive Bison is winning the match at the moment, so they both need to looking for that opportunity to get in. And
Yeah,
once they're
well, I
in,
mean,
just
he's
stay
definitely
in.
not a
Ooh,
character.
What's the sweep? No punish.
He's not a character with best defensive options, is he?
No.
Hold on. A wild llama has entered the room. I just see as well. He's probably queued up to play whoever wins this. Which means
Yeah. Big crush counter. Oh, he goes for a reset.
No.
Oh, gets him with the
Reset is
follow-up.
if I was these guys. That's it. Oh no.
Smart, good reversal.
Just go for the damage. Here I am giving advice to Ghost Chips and Wild Llama, the best players in Australasia. But it's like, man, don't go for the reset against fucking Insomniac or Ghost Chips. They know that mix up. Just take damage.
Alright. Somniac in the corner.
That's
Ghost Chips gets the crush counter.
That'll do it.
Counter combo. That's it. Beautiful stuff. All right. So final round for game 2. These guys are trading rounds at the moment. Really cool. It's not a very one-sided
So
match.
close.
Yeah. Oh, good blocks. Ooh.
We'll see it all again in a moment when Lana
that's
plays
so
the
tricky. All right. Ooh, Ghost Chip's close to stun. Manages his way out.
Ghost Chips. I'd love to see Ghost Chips actually take this one. Just so this fighting battle can go on for frickin' fun.
All right. Ooh. It's great that they...
He's got enough juice in the tank. Use a cliche. To finish it up here.
Oh, that's the throw.
Wake up throw. No one would have expected. Who would have expected the wake up throw?
The problem with trading rounds is you don't want to trade rounds second.
That's
So,
right.
because you're always going to be around behind that way.
Wow.
But
I
that's
mean,
2
2-0 to
games straight.
Somniac.
Yeah.
But, you know, the actual rounds were so close.
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't imagine that Somniac's been like they've
Nice
been
punish.
like every single round has been close fought. And
Yeah.
both games have been 2-1. He's not been free.
Yeah.
He's still got a chance to come back.
Oh, I definitely believe that. All right. Oh, big crush counter. Here we go.
It was a big one and big damage as well. Look at the
Yeah.
That was-
Bison just hits like a truck.
that's it.
Close to stun. That's it. All right.
That is good.
Round 1. Ghost Chips.
Completely convincing them as well. You know, Somniac only even built up with 1 bar across that. So
Yeah.
it doesn't have that
Crush counter. Oh, crush counter number 2. Is that stun? Oh, just.
And that
There's the
is,
stun. Working
well,
perfect.
Somniac saying none of that shit, mate. None of that shit.
Oh, good dash.
Beautiful. I'm back.
All right.
Dropped that. It was...
Oh, that was really smart too.
What the hell just happened?
So that was really smart because Somniac used the EX Devil's Reverse to start getting his pressure. But Ghost Chips used his V-Trigger Devil Reverse, which kind of disappears and makes him invincible for a brief time, to completely avoid that mix-up. Really smart.
I'm just like, it's a whole new level in Devil's Reverse that I don't even understand. Good news is that
Alright.
Burnout
Chips is
Fun
close to stun.
was playing whatever video game he was playing before, and is probably going to be joining us for commentary quite soon, at which stage I'll probably be able to bow out.
Alrighty. It'll be nice to have someone who actually knows what they're talking about.
It would be.
I'm not saying that you don't, or you don't, and
No,
neither do
no,
I.
look, I don't. I've got no idea.
Yeah.
At this level, and I'll frankly acknowledge that.
Yeah.
So anyone who wants to spam abuse into on PlayStation again, as I've
Oh,
probably
good
done to
shimmy.
you. Oh wow, and that's
Good
it.
shimmy.
Somniac.
That's 3 games straight.
3-0. Wow. Like, each individual round seems so close. But
Yeah.
Somniac, he's a great player and he knows how to close out those games.
Yeah, no, that was a lot closer than the games said it was, but really, really intense. There were a few rounds that went.
Wow. That's interesting. I've just got an error has occurred in the file. You can see 34878/0.
The exact same thing happened to me.
Must be a PlayStation thing. Meanwhile, on I'm just gonna go back and see if I can restart it. Meanwhile, we've hit 1,000 followers on Twitch.
That's amazing.
That's pretty cool. We're happy about that, and we're up to, last time I checked, 61 followers on our brand new week-old YouTube channel. Whose
Fantastic.
address I've posted in it. It's pretty good, but had we hit 100 followers, we'd have jury feet back in our Discord. So I'll post it there again. If anyone out there, and there must be quite a few of them, who are watching this and who aren't on
Subscribe to the
Discord,
YouTube.
Just imagine there's these poor young men out there who've got jury feet fetishes, and their emoji got
Don't
taken
scare them
away
away.
from their remote got taken away from them because every time they posted it, I could just imagine them masturbating about it.
Oh,
Let's just get straight to the point. Why not?
come on.
It's not, I mean, seriously, like, there's people here who are 15 and it was like jury feet, fat. It was just wrong.
Oh,
So
mate.
we took that away because that wasn't safe for work.
Okay.
Look
So,
at Twitch chat. We're horrifying.
oh no.
But-
All right. So,
If you want to support these poor bastards, you have no jury feet anymore. If we can get 100 subscribers, we get 100 subscribers on our YouTube. It means that we don't have to have that absolutely horrible URL on YouTube
yeah.
that we've got at the moment, and we would really like www.youtube.com/teamwp or something similar to that,
Alright.
rather than youtube.com channel UCCCEUCC
Blah, 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 blah.
KPCO290 RWX8, that sort of shit. Yeah, 4
Definitely.
W's, whatever, burnout. Why aren't you even on this stream at the moment? I'm waiting for you.
All right. So I just got back into the
Meanwhile,
stream.
I'm logged back in. I'm just waiting for an invite from whoever is the
if-
host of the Battle Lounge.
If you check your invites, you'll have the old one from Carb. You can just reuse that. All right. So up next, we have a Wild Llama versus Killer Queen, aka Nez. So this will be a good match. A Wild Llama has the Bison picture. Let's see if he used Guile earlier against. No, did he use Guile?
Sorry, Llama.
Yeah, no,
Llama.
he used Guile against Sleepy Nick and his Zeku. So will he use Guile again against Ed, which is definitely a favorable matchup for Guile, or will he use his Bison, who he's more familiar with, against Nez, who's definitely one of the stronger players out there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm excited to get watching this, and as soon as you get back in,
Oh,
we
look,
can
I'm
get
excited.
started.
I'm very excited as well. I'm not in a lounge, but that's cool. I'm watching it on Twitch. God bless Twitch. And I believe Burnout should be joining you as well.
oh,
Pretty
cool.
soon too. So we'll see how we go. Like, I believe that 3-person commentary is possible, but
Look, it could be.
we'll see how it goes. It went wonderful just on Sunday when me and Ezekiel were doing 2-person commentary together, and you were.
And I was doing one-person
You
commentary.
did 1-person commentary over the top of us. But you know, I think it can be done. Let's see if we can mix it up. But I'm more than happy to phase out for you two guys, and am happy to have sleep time because tomorrow morning at 10:20 I have laser tag with my 4-year-old as well.
Oh,
for
that's
the
gonna be
first time as
fantastic.
well. Oh man, it's gonna be terrifying.
Hello.
Hello, Burnout.
Hey,
Sorry,
Hey,
I
mate.
was playing some non-competitive casual game that kills monsters.
I saw that. Yeah. I was
Yeah.
like, what the fuck was that random shit?
Oh
Um,
yeah, I was asked to review that specific boss fight, so I had to do that as an obligation. But that's okay. It's all done now.
awesome.
Cool.
Yeah. So what's happening? Oh, we're so far in the brackets already.
Yeah, we're well up there.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we're in. This is currently top 6 for these guys, but yeah. So the last game we had was Bison Ditto with Somniac and Ghost Chips, which was well fought by both. But Somniac took it 3-0.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
run back from last week's grand final, I believe. Yeah,
Oh, really?
it's pretty cool. Yeah, last week I'm pretty sure it was a Bison Mirror as well. So,
Mm.
so they already met in the top 8 stage. That's pretty cool. Let's see what happens later on.
It's pretty
Yeah.
cool. Bernard, have you got some sort of mega compression happening on mic?
On my
at the moment?
microphone?
'Cause you sound like a kind of super cool, hyper futuristic robot. What do you reckon, LL? Does he sound like that?
I think he sounds perfect.
Okay,
Probably your headset. I don't know.
maybe it's just me.
Yeah.
But that's cool. I like super futuristic hyper robots. So.
As long as I can get feedback from the stream viewers, if they also can hear me as a robotic voice, we'll do a vote whether that's like something I should keep or.
Oh, man. I think Future Burnout is the coolest thing. It's up there with Futex and Future Requiem. Yeah.
Right.
Next Gen.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how bright my future is, but the guys playing right now, definitely these guys, the future's really bright for them. As the up-and-coming players in the Australian FGC, Guile and Ed. We don't see this in matchup.
No, it's not one we've seen. I mean, we've all seen Nez's Ed quite a long time, but this is the first time I think anyone has seen Llama pull out his Guile, and it's looking strong.
Looking very good, yeah. Because I believe he played, what, Dictator?
Yeah, he's always played Dictator.
Yeah,
And
so
I knew
it's
he had,
kind of,
had a pocket Guile. But
Is he making the switch for Season 3? Who knows?
who knows?
It's an interesting choice to switch now, especially when you know, Guile's so strong in season.
Oh, just chipped out.
Kyle has been always been a solid character. He was like never terrible or like never too strong. He was kind of like just right. In terms of the field.
You know, I think it's a smart move for someone who, you know, if you're a you know, Llama's always been, and you want to have that kind of zoner for specific matchups. But at least he's a charge character as well. So the learning curve to those command
Yeah, it'll
moves
transition
is
really
weird.
smoothly
Mm.
from one chart character to another. But like I can kind of see he's got that old Bison habits. Like although Guile is definitely designed for zoning, not that you have to stick to that style. Like I respect how he's playing right now, as he is also at the same time adapting to what Ed is capable of. While Ed does have really good buttons and such, he doesn't really have that initiative, like that one get-in tool. So I guess Llama's not risking much, although he's taking that
He's
more of
playing
a...
it very safe, but then
Yeah.
you know Nez is a pretty safe Ed player as well. You
Yeah.
know, we've seen him win so many of these tournaments. He's taken out so many of the best players in Australia. And he does have
So I
a
remember him playing, what, Vega in Season 1?
Nez.
I believe he played a bit of Vega. I wasn't sure whether that was his main or not.
I can't remember. That was a long time ago. Like he plays everyone now. I've seen him transition through.
In one of the
I'm
Team
surprised
W
he's not
tournaments.
playing. Surprised he's not playing Abigail or Nats, to be honest. But
I think Ed is a really good fit for him right now. He's doing really well.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, no, that was a really good round from him. A really good game actually. After he lost that first round, made some good adjustments and was able to bring it back and take 2 rounds straight.
Yeah, I mean, I personally think if Llama, like, I don't know whether he has the discipline to just stick to the traditional zoning, because he is very trigger happy, as how he's supposed to play his old Dictator before.
yeah, it's true. He
that-
goes ham all the
Yeah,
time. doesn't he?
essentially he is, like, at the same time, while it looks rushed down, there is a lot of risk that he's taking.
Yeah.
And if an opponent is very rushed down like that, regardless of the character, and if they understand that that is also a chance for you to get in, Nez is doing really well to take advantage of that. right now. The big life lead as well.
Yeah.
Oh look, Nez is you know, I'm really looking forward to watching this guy, you know, transition to offline because he's so good at just reading the opponents and exploiting their mindsets. He knows what people are going to do and he brutally exploits it every time.
I like that it's using the crutch medium kick into the flicker as one of the tools to save. It's kind of a really, it's I wouldn't say it's a hard execution, but it is a very forgotten execution from the traditional Street Fighter 4 days. But he's executing it really well. It's something that you must have as an end player. Oh, good jump in.
Yeah.
Well, Lama's
going in.
featuring on this one. Now he's ready to see what's happening and straight into the jump in to just close it off. It's going to be a hard comeback, but he can do it. Didn't take much advantage of that feature activation.
But I respect how Lama's playing though. Like, he's sticking to his own style. It is definitely like, he can't make the match one-sided, whether it is on your favor or the other. But once you get that opportunity on the flow, you can pretty much keep that pressure all the way.
Yeah.
I mean,
Big flash.
Lama clutched that out.
Yeah. I guess the only downside of that playstyle is, other than the risk that I spoke earlier, it is like when you tend to have less life than the opponent, you can see that the person is always rushing down, run out of options really early. Yeah. Because, I mean, they're also human. They know when their health is very low. They tend to get scared of whatever mistakes they'll make.
I agree, but I thought last round Lama did an excellent job of
again
playing that keep out game and then just waited. He's turned it onto offensive Lama now, but he did a good job, like 3/4 of the round.
Psycho offers.
Yeah, that's his last bullet. No more EX meters. Could be anyone's game right now. Oh, that's an interesting way to interrupt it, since it is +2 on the full charge V skill.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
V reversal early to
That was
cancel
a
it.
good one.
That's an interesting choice, but I like that.
One touch from Lama. Take this.
Yeah, so that's one apiece now.
There you go.
Yeah, that was a good transition from the first game from Lama, where
That
he
was
seemed
sick.
to be really struggling against the Ed.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Lama seems to have calmed down. He seems to be happy to, you know, smash out that early damage and then go in for the kill. And I think that's what we'll see again. We'll see defensive.
Overall, though, the whole pace of the game hasn't changed. Like none of these guys have changed their style. So they're kind of going it with the flow now. Like, both players are getting more and more aggressive as the rounds pass. And I mean, if that's the playstyle they are happy to adapt to, that's fine. But it's just gonna come down to one decision.
It's gonna get more and more raggo as the rounds go on.
Yeah. I mean, this is fine.
Yeah.
As long as they can keep up with the pace of the opponent, and also knowing when to stop would be something important.
Yeah.
But for now, it's just full on rush down at the moment for both players.
Yeah. So, like, as you were saying, the change of pace, that's something we've seen Nez do. He's able to speed up, slow down as the match requires, and it's interesting to see if Lama can do that.
I mean, character Ed definitely gets more rewarded from the reactions, as the execution of the buttons are just a single touch.
Yeah.
Just like that anti-air.
Yeah. Quick.
He gets the momentum now.
He was waiting for that boom. It was good dash.
Yeah, no, I would like to see Lama just chill out a little bit more and take advantage of sort of those things which the buttons.
Misses out on that opportunity. I mean, Lama can't stop now. He's got no more chances. He's like only one punch
Oh
kill right
no! Oh, that's unlucky
Good
draw
psycho offer.
and a good
now.
block.
Up, up.
Yeah.
straight into the Psycho.
Just a brawl right now, but then since now Ed has the upper hand, we can kind of expect him to play somewhat safer. But I mean, if Llama keeps up that rush down, you'll never know what's gonna happen on the end. So
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see if Llama does decide to slow down or does keep up that rush down.
Well, you know, I might have even thought that Lama is definitely fully testing out Guile. I thought that we might have even actually got a character change. But we still didn't bring him in, I think, my notes, so...
Yeah.
Llama, if anyone, is I think,
one thing I'm noticing though, Llama is definitely missing out on some of the simple anti-air opportunities, other than when it's kind of obvious where it's always charging down.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen a single crouch heavy punch yet, so one of the weak points that you could spot, if Killer Queen takes advantage of that, he could really jump in all the time.
Yeah, well, the thing with Llama is that so used to going full on offense that he's never been in a situation where he's actually had to anti-air before. Like, he's the one who's always doing the jump. He's always got a temples reverse. And oh, there was one there in anticipation, but it didn't quite work.
Yeah.
Round 2.
Yeah, it's
That's
a
really
type
good
of
pickup.
discipline you can transition from another character to one another, but I guess in a tournament setting it could be a little different.
Yeah. Gotcha. That was really good pickup being there, Stacey, not getting that crouching heavy punch anti-air. As those chances to jump in. That's really cool.
Yeah. At the same time though, Naz is doing a really good job of all the anti-airs, so he's keeping Llama out of his reach at all times.
Yeah.
But wait, because I suspect Llama, actually both of these guys are going to have a critical art ready to go. Oh, and they're both do it. That's what I was expecting.
Yeah. Llama's already invested all his resources, so he's gotta keep up with his own style. That's his only option right now. But yeah, with neutral jump.
Upside down kick.
Ed wins.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it came down to a couple of options where they could have done a little better, but I respect that Llama has stuck with Guile while Nez showing consistency with his Ed. That's pretty good.
Yeah. I think, as you're saying, the Llama would spend all his resources a little bit too quickly, trying to get that quick, easy damage with the EX booms, that type of stuff, where he could have used it maybe a little bit more sparingly, saving
In a
it for...
defensive way, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, like, I understand like why he did that. Like, you know, he's already got a trigger activated and he's losing in terms of life, so he just wanted the momentum to shift back. So he kind of bet it all in that one sequence, but Nez was well defending, and he also had a couple stocks ready where he could have spent in an emergency situation, but since he had the life lead, kind of had that easily defended.
yeah, and because he was that life lead, it was a good screen away. He didn't really need to try and jump in or approach. He could just wait for Llama to come at him.
Definitely. I mean, it's a common kind of pattern that you see if one player decides to be rushed down at the start and then things don't work out. Once they have all the V-trigger meter and the EX meter stocked up, they also will kind of look for that one opening to get an opportunity for the offensive. But then, like, literally, like, once you spend all the resources and you're losing in life, like, you're kind of out of
Losing
options
life,
there.
I love that.
Yeah, losing life, out of resources, it's not a place that you want to be.
Yeah.
Um,
But see, a lot of advices that I give to those players who don't like, I wouldn't say those players who usually complain, but like say, if that keeps up, whether even people kind of give them tips such as like something as simple as don't jump in, or something as simple as at least do anti-airs to kind of condition the opponent. If they rush down, I mean, yes, they would have some sort of strategy, but then players tend to rush down because of the flow and also the pace of the game, where the opponent is also kind of pressing a lot of buttons and that. And then in that kind of scramble situation, it's just one or the other, where one person is always going to be on the life lead, and one person is just going to make all these bad reads and lose all their life, not because of their mistakes, but because how they were not able to stop when it was needed. Usually I tell them, if you look at the clock at the end of the round that you lost in that big scramble, there's like still at least 40 to 50 seconds left in the game. So if you think of the timer as a shared resource between the two players, it is something that if you have the capacity to think about as well, it'll definitely help you in the long run, where you could use the timer as a tool as well, since you can drag your opponent down and make them frustrated and whatever, and it adds a lot of layers to that meta where they can actually use, even if they stay rushed down to their traditional style of how they usually play fighting games.
Yeah, no, yeah, absolutely. But meanwhile, I've just been looking through the brackets, and we see that down in losers, losers top 8, we've got Rumors of Ghosts playing Light Ross,
Okay.
and we've got 619 from Melbourne playing Bug,
Which is happening right now.
and oh, here we go. What a great match. So yeah, Bug, one of our sponsored players, big announcement today against 619, one of our favourite players who reps Team WP from down in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Filthy.
One of the best Rashid players in the country.
Filthy Rashid. One of the
He's been
best.
polishing his Rashid for a while, and definitely there's a lot of improvement as well, but he's been adapting a lot more, how would I put it, very sneaky, sneaky methods to bait the opponent.
Oh, pretty
This
much
case.
that describes, filthy, sneaky chick describes
Yeah, I
every
guess it allows.
Rashid that I pretty much know.
Yeah.
But then again, on the flip side, like Bug, we can use exactly the same words to describe the creatures, can't we? The disgusting setups that this guy has got. Disgusting.
Oh, good DP.
I mean, both the characters definitely have really good movement, fast buttons, and a lot of special moves that kind of convert their combos. So that's where they kind of, pull out most of the damage from, whenever there's an EX involved. So a lot of flexibility in terms of like the methods to bait out the opponent's throw or the reversal. So really tricky on both ends.
619 is spending all his resources to bring this back, which he should. He saves that beautiful, filthy.
wins.
Kind of unfortunate seeing still had V-Trigger ready, but then,
Yeah.
I mean, that's how it goes, right? Ibuki mashing jab, can't escape that. That's a real pressure. Jab, walk, like, how do you get out of it? You start walking back, she starts sweeping you. I'm like, what? Alright,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have to block low. Now I start blocking low, she suddenly throws you. I'm like, alright, what do I do?
She's just awful.
Ooh, good interrupt on the rolling. It's something you really have to look for. It's not, because it gives you good pressure when you, as you're a Rashid, that rolling.
Yep.
And
There definitely is a gap, right? Yeah, everyone knows
Yeah.
that there is a gap, but it's just when it comes to when you're playing against a Rashid, you kind of, it's not that you forget it, but you kind of worry that if I press the button, I'm gonna get like counter hit or something. It's that concern that you have in the back of your mind.
yeah,
Not a lot of people.
Not again. At least 619 is wise.
Oh.
That Bug seems to be short on the wake up buttons, but he's challenged those meteors a number of times, and he won for that.
My experiences against these two players, what they have in common is they do love pressing buttons on wake up. So if you're a pseudo smart player, meeting these type of players is one way to do about it.
You know, like if they're not gonna time their meat, then press the fucking button. I'll wake up. That's my fault. You know.
Yep.
And both of these guys have won big damage from buttons to wake up, and they should.
Yeah, if it works,
If it works, fucking just do it. Hey.
If it's not broke, you don't have to fix it.
Exactly.
Rashid
So that was a nice
wins.
turnaround from 619.
Oh wow, 619.
So I can see that this matchup, in comparison to the match before, like Ed and Guile kind of have the tendency being able to zone, whereas these two characters are definitely designed to go ham and rush down, and these two are kind of, I guess the comparison is more of a controlled chaos in comparison to the previous matchup.
Yeah.
A lot of things flying left, right, and center, but these characters definitely have the right to do all of these because they will put themselves in a better position, frame data-wise. Also, opportunities like that where you can crush counter, and both with projectiles that are quite tricky.
wow.
Like whereas in Ibuki's projectile is very fast, and Rashid's projectile is something that kind of are forced to block.
Oh,
Yeah.
In that sense.
Hold on, just back there, Rashid was throwing out a medium DP equivalent, and Buzz let that go unchallenged. It was like, oh
I guess I'm seeing a
no. All
pattern
of
as
these
well.
guys, they're getting away with shit, aren't they? Like,
A lot of yeah. See, like I was gonna explain
English.
this situation. So we did describe that these two players that they love pressing buttons on wake up. That includes EX reversals. They
Yeah.
love wake up DPs, and these characters can also get away with them too. They can
Why not? They're
quickly
both like,
put into a situation
Bookies.
where they can go negative on block and then immediately just go for an EX DP.
Yeah.
It's
I've
like a
seen.
fake mix-up.
Ooh, what's this one?
See,
Ooh,
that's
see,
exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're talking about. But nice work from Bug to keep his cool. Probably expected that. And avoided stun.
and in for the full
Have we got
punch.
big
I'm
ooh.
actually watching the game. I think about a second or two.
I'm
behind
also
you
watching
guys.
the game.
Oh man, that was just filthy.
Yeah.
It was
Because
disgusting.
if you think about what these two guys are, like the train of thought that these two guys are having against each other would be like, they know buttons are gonna be pressed on wake up, and they also know that they're both capable of EXDP like this.
Like that.
So you'll have to kind of be curious what kind of mindset these
Oh
have.
man, I just
What?
that's the disgusting. The fucking, you know, I'll do it unsafe.
Oh.
Oh, there it
I'm not
is.
surprised. Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah.
Straight into an XD.
Expect a lot of that. Another one. Oh, never mind. But yeah.
Oh,
it's
now that's
something
gonna be a
that's
full
young.
punish. That'll should do it if Bug's on is.
Ibuki wins.
Oh man.
Yeah.
But
There you go. There's only so many fucking filthy XPs that you can get away with, and that was probably one too many. That was just that was horrible.
Yeah.
It's like the Australian internet personified in the game of Street Fighter, isn't it? It's just so fucking random.
I guess if I had to point out though, like if it's a scenario where they're both in mid-screen, I can see that 619, his tendency to do EXTP is only if he has more than 2 meters, but it looks like Bug is not scared to use that first EX meter for his EXTP as well, which is fine. It's just,
see if that's the chance.
yeah, it's just
I've
that.
got my pen and paper out. I'll be taking note of that.
Yeah, it's just the little things that I'm noticing where
Yeah.
Bug is more not scared to like spend it as long as he decides that he's gonna go for it. Whereas I think 619 does get into that second thought mentality. He will think about it.
Round two.
But then the situation, but that theory go away.
I mean, this whole game
One of the players is in
is
the corner.
so much about making those decisions. Isn't it? Like, you know, I remember a year ago or 2 years ago, it was all like blah blah blah, 50-50. But I think with all of it now,
that's overhead.
it is actually about learning when is the time
Good blocks on the side
you're OP is going to do that. Oh man, he's
But yeah, that being said,
when is the
Bug
time that your OP
definitely-
is going to do that fucking XD? And whatever you can.
But are they thinking about it, or are they just doing it?
Think about it.
Look
Oh,
at
good
that.
blocks.
Oh man, 6-1's got everything behind him now.
So there's a bit of an irony there.
Oh!
While
Threw it
the
out.
game
Oh,
really
look at
designed
that, man.
for you to
Yeah.
drag out the match, since the damage output of each combos are really great.
Man, 21 seconds ago I would have said that round was fast. And 6-1 took that. And now it's anyone into match.
Whoa.
Oh, you're right. Bug touch will go pretty damn raggo. With those XDPs on my back, isn't it?
Just do it.
Hello,
Oh,
ladies and gentlemen.
just everyone fucking do it. Let's just do it. Oh, and the bomb combos. Punish that. I've never seen anyone try and punish one
Good out.
with a bomb combo.
That was a really big change of play from 619.
Rashid
Yeah.
wins.
Oh, and Bug. Oh, man. To level up 2-2. That was a huge turnaround.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, there's a lot of EXDPs just on.
Oh man, I reckon I think I counted 6 between the two of them. Like it was just XDP. Let's
Just, yeah, I expect to see more of that.
do it. It's just gonna get worse. So let Bug in that last round, like the last half of that last round, got very defensive. He was sitting there in the corner, crouching down. So maybe he's having a rethink. Maybe we'll see more comeback.
Alright, so we got 619 back in the corner.
Oh, and here we go, the bomb mix-ups. Yeah, you'll have to forgive me guys. I'm watching this on Twitch, so I'm actually, yeah, a good second or two behind the rest of you, so I'm not
Round 2.
actively
that
commentating as much.
explains it.
Oh man, I'm not actively commentating as much as I should. But, oh fucking, the XDP to close it out. Why not? Let's just do it, hey.
Yeah. I think you're a little bit more than a second behind if you're only just closing out that last round.
Maybe I am. I've got 9. I got booted into the cover. But anyway. There's also the rain truck wine lag as well, which I'm quite surprised to. Which adds at least 10 frames. That's what everyone's saying.
Final round.
Why not? Fucking Rago. XDP. Let's just do it, guys. You still there, Bernard?
So,
No.
Yeah,
at
I
the
mean,
moment,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So,
So we're at 2-all, 1-all, both ended up with an X. Both rounds gone with an XDP.
oh, nice work there from
Who's
Bug.
going to do the winning XDP for this one?
So it's actually Bug who takes that game.
Ibuki
Real solid play there.
Oh, you spoiled it for me.
Sorry, spoilers for you there, Hart.
That was a pretty convincing looking win actually, and that will take him through
It's go time.
to losers
losers
round
semi.
6. Yeah.
yeah, I like Bug how he's definitely like when he commits, he commits. He has that mindset where he'll go for that one direction and then like not think about whatever's gonna happen. But he definitely stick to his plan. I like that part about him. 619, kind of like I said, he does have a little bit of a concern and have that second mentality, which is fine. But if these two type of players tend to clash, the one who kind of commits kind of seems to be in more advantage, because the one who gets to think a little bit more or try to be one step ahead than the opponent tend to go a little bit defensive, gives that little bit of an opening for the aggressor. But Bug definitely took that to his advantage, did really well in that match.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. That's something Bug did really well. You could see that when 619 was the aggressor, that's when he was winning those matches, when he was doing the EXCPs out of nowhere. That round, he did like 3 within 5 seconds. And that's when he was in control. He knew what was going on. And that's when he won the rounds pretty solidly. But for Bug to take it back was really good.
Yeah, I guess in 619's defense, I guess one weakness regarding Bug's playstyle is when he does fall into one single knockdown, or like say he's being cornered, those players tend to not have greater defensive ability, so it can go all downfall from one single knockdown, and then it comes down to pretty much a guessing game. But if Bug is okay with that and he tries to just be settled for the round after, as long as he gets that advantage, he'll definitely keep it that way. So I think as he was the one being more aggressive than the other, and definitely fitting the character design of Ibuki, he was able to get victorious against 619 that game.
but oh wow. I have just seen that we are playing winners final right now.
Yeah, we've got Nez versus
A
Somniac.
few Nez versus Somniac. Title of the night. We'll probably see these guys meeting again, I suspect, in grand final.
Maybe. But I'm very excited to watch this match. I watched it when we had the Halloween special,
Yeah.
and it was just a 1-1. That was that really exciting to watch. Yeah. So let's
This
see
match
if
we've seen quite a few times before. These guys are not unusually in the very top end of the tournament. Probably arguably two of the best players in Australia at the moment. Certainly online, and certainly Somniac has no reputation. As we know of him, I think he's maybe after Falco, he's the highest ranked player on the Pro Tour. And Nez, hands down, has the record of winning more Friday night fights than anyone else. But doesn't at this stage play offline. So we'll see the online warrior versus pro.
Yeah. So that was a really solid first round from Nez.
It really was. You know, the one thing that I want to say, it's just so great with Somniac. You know, even though he's now a world famous celebrity and sponsored by Darksiders, and it's great that they do that, and I love what Darksiders do. It's great that Somniac still actually takes the time to compete in these battles and help all of us have a chance to play against, you know, a genuine pro.
Yeah.
You know, it's just not something that you get in a lot of games. Like, a lot of people would be holding themselves in their homes or in their little clubs, hiding their tech. But Somniac's, you know, really happy, you know, Xavier is a nice guy and he's really happy to come out and play. support the whole community. And I love that. Even though it looks like he might lose it.
Yeah, no, it's definitely great that he
That's-
yeah.
But you know, it really is. I'm so proud of him for taking part in this, and for the Dark Side guys to support what they do in Whirlpool. But oh god, it was like a messy X happening thing. That was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's really fun match to watch at the moment. Nez has got away with quite a few jump-ins as well. So he hasn't jumped in a while. Oh, there he is. And just as I say, he gets anti-ed.
Yeah.
Somniac was obviously aware of that, and
It's interesting because, you know, we were always expecting, you know, a Bison to do a Devil's Reverse. You know, I don't feel that Bisons are the strongest anti-ads out there as a rule. Just because they're often doing such movement. But oh wow, look at that. And that could close it out if he got that.
oh,
We got the stun.
what's your read on this burnout?
Ed wins.
Like as always, Somniac's really good at his defensive skills. It's just for the entire duration of the game, like Nez did seem like he was struggling a lot, but he took notice of that. He didn't really jump in as much, as Somniac was definitely ready to anti most of the stuff, and as well as we talk about reactions a lot regarding Nez and his character, where there was that one disadvantage where Somniac does the EX Devil Reverse, and then Nez tries to react with his EX Psycho
Ooh,
Upper, which
hold on.
unfortunately
If you had a chance to
positions the character a little bit too deep, like forward. It lunges a little bit forward, misses, entirely misses the character, and Bison gets a free punish. Other than that, just at the end, when there's somehow, some way connected that jump in, heavy punch, kind of got that extra confidence, and then later on was able to bait out Somniac's throw with his neutral jump. Pretty well done. He just kept his composure. Where like it did seem like Somniac's game the whole way. Just that Nez had to find that one little opening, kind of worked out for him. So really happy for him to win that.
Yeah, no, definitely, he did really well. It's always a pleasure to watch these two play it, which is just absolute league above my own. So it's good to get your input.
I guess Somniac's restarting at the moment.
I'd love to see what's happening because Somniac has left the lobby.
Yeah, I think he had a little bit of a connection issue. Yeah, but like the adaptation comes in a long way, and Nez definitely has, from his past online tournament victories and his winning experiences. There's a lot that I think he learned from those victories. It's kind of a different mindset from learning from your losses. So once you learn from your wins, you kind of, other than that, you definitely get your confidence, right? You kind of get more clever in terms of how you play, I think. Other than just polishing your executions, polishing your reactions and such, and getting those reads in, it's kind of learning the timing when you know that you can jump in now, or you know that you gotta stop the pressure and kind of force the opponent's mistakes. I can see Nez is definitely playing that type of style right now, as I can see he's progressively has improved a lot.
It's a little bit like Somniac has just taken the I'm gonna go and grab a can of Red Bull option select. Do you think
Possibly. If he has
he's taken that moment, which we often see pro players do, you know, to just stop and reflect and think about what's happening. And
taking a break is definitely a real thing. Yeah, it does work a lot in terms of your mental game, kind of re-strategize what's going to happen next time, and also looking back at your own mistakes and see what you can adapt as well.
Yeah.
You know, absolutely. You know, that's what we want to say here. Right? It's great that, you know, these guys are taking this game so seriously.
So I think since Nez has tasted a little bit of the victory from baiting out Somniac's habits, from now on it'll be a battle of patience. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if the rounds go for really long, unless if one of the players decides to go somewhat, now's the time to rush down.
Yeah,
But
got a hand.
it'll
But,
be a
you know, like Nez is playing actually, like you can even watch it. I mean, we can all, I think, all say he's playing it very defensive compared to what he normally does. And he's waiting for something to bring the victory to himself.
It'll definitely be a battle of patience to force the opponent to come to you.
Yeah. So that's an interesting pickup, which is it's a very, very different match to the last Nez match we watched with the Nez Guile. Everyone up in
It is
each
like
other's
Nez
faces.
was. I don't think I've ever seen him play so defensively in my life, and it didn't work out for him.
I mean, naturally, if you do fight against someone, so there's two perspectives if you fight against someone like Somniac, right? One is it's kind of obvious visually, even you can see that he knows what he's doing, right? And secondly, Somniac, like we're all seeing now, is a very defensive player, as we know, and you are pretty much you're pretty much witnessing it right now. So if you are going against a very defensive player, and as well as like you get that kind of pressure where like the opponent is kind of, you know, regardless whether they're pro or not, kind of seems like they know what they're doing. I think it's very natural for the opposing player, in this case Nez, is to also try to follow his pace as well. Otherwise, you kind of know that if you try to, you know, crack the defense of someone that's defense as Somniac,
You're opening yourself
so
up.
much
It's,
stake. Yeah. But like you see, even the previous round, the game ended when the timer was about like 25 seconds, and even this round,
Yeah.
they've both been using the timer really well to the last second, but it just comes down to like that extra patience, and Somniac in this case took that second game.
You know, that X stomp as well. That was just, oh, that's just, again, disgusting.
Yeah.
This is what the game is. This is what the game is about. Isn't it? It's about being disgusting and about reading your opponents. And both of these guys do that. So well.
Yeah, they're both good reads of the opponent. Definitely.
But you know, it is a really interesting one. Yeah, because Somniac does tend to play more defensively than a lot of your top players, and Nez is obviously that little bit more defensive. Watching him switch that role either way, it's like Nez is sitting there and he's like going, oh shit, you know, he's just blocking stuff. I'm not gonna throw my ass out, I'm not gonna do it randomly. And vice versa. And then Somniac's like, well, he's blocking it, I gotta go in. It makes for such a beautiful chess game.
Yeah, definitely. It is a good bit of to and fro.
So, I was gonna say, it was looking like Nez's game, but a couple of hits and it's equalized already. Oh, everyone is speechless. Just like, what the fuck is happening? I don't even understand. Do you even understand what happened? No,
Like
he
I said,
doesn't.
it is a very, I mean, in terms of character control, it's kind of a progressive matter where we've seen, I'm going back to the previous games, right? It's kind of, there was a very big rushdown game, and then there was a rushdown game where they seem to be doing what they're good at doing, and now this is like one of those patient games. So the pace is definitely slowing down.
Right into the critical arts. It was, but I don't think you would do it. You would do it? You would do it.
Yeah, no, you're right. The pacing of the previous games to now has completely changed. It's
Yeah, very
much
different.
more, much slower pace. You can see, like, even in the neutral, they're both kind of just hanging around, waiting for someone to do something.
So what you lose in that match experience, like from if you take away all the scramble and the brawl aspect, it really comes down to solid play, reactions, and knowing a bit more data on the opponent's character, things like technical stuff, where it comes to frame data or like movement speed, whatever. That's just an incentive. But right now, it's just a battle of patience, reactions, and just solid gameplay, really.
It's just, oh man, on the nose here. Oh, yes, come on, man. But one thing is that both of these, oh wow, what a block. Both of these guys really right away. Like, there's no fucking around here. Like, this is the... Oh,
M. Bison wins.
wow.
Yeah, no, that was really
These
close.
guys,
You had
these guys are playing out of their... They're playing really well.
So two things I want to point out is one regarding
Round one.
Ed's EX Psycho upper. So we've seen the double-edged sword aspect of that now. Before it kind of whiffed, lunging the character forward, and when Nez actually tried to delay it as much as he can, the startup was way too slow for it to connect and punish. So in both scenarios, Somniac's Dictator was able to punish that. So that's a very hard, reversal to use, especially against EX that were reversed. And secondly, like, in terms of just overall player experience of their fighting game history, Somniac definitely has that little bit of an upper advantage, and Nez is doing a really good job of catching up to follow the pace of a very big defensive style like Somniac himself.
This is amazing.
It's,
He's a guy who only started playing the game as far as I'm aware with Street Fighter V.
So while he's showing real good performance of that, at that last moment of the previous game, it came down to, like, with all the things aside, it came down to how Bison as a character had that little bit of advantage as his EX move put his position in plus frames.
But hold on,
in comparison to,
I'm back tapping now.
yeah, in comparison to what Ed has in terms of EX moves, the only thing that I can think of right now is the EX Fireball, but there has to be something where it's gonna be point blank.
yeah.
And it
Let's
just
go Ed.
came down to character difference rather than the player experiences. So that could be one thing that you could also focus on.
Poor Ed
If
is just...
two players are kind of in that same frequency, you gotta also be very deep about what the two character differences are.
And I think
Yeah.
Somniac could be coming through to clutch it. So close now.
Nice.
Oh,
It's good at
and
No, I agree. I think-
that'll be a 3.
M. Bison wins.
Yeah, once you get to the higher level, the ability of the player gets closer and closer, and it comes down to the knowledge of your character, the knowledge of your opponent and their character, and what each one is capable of, as opposed to just flat out being better at the game and in a technical ability.
Mm.
That was genuinely one of the sickest sets I've seen in Street Fighter 4 a long time. I'm so proud of both of those guys actually, and all of Australia for
Yeah, that,
Yeah,
getting
big
there.
thanks.
What do you reckon, Burnout? I know you are one who's very critical of, what we have to offer in the Australasian scene. Are we starting to get that? Do you think we're starting to get a chance against the best players in the world? Or is Japan still going to stomp all over us? What do you reckon, mate? Honestly.
Realistically, yeah, like
Realistically,
Australia is definitely far behind due to realistic reasons, right? It'll be hard. Like like representing Australia is one thing. Comparing the cultural history and background of how not just the play style, but how they approach the game is already too far apart. So, like, or even if the game design, not just Street Fighter V, but any game, any competitive game, if the developer's intention is to close the gap between the newer players and the veteran players, that's definitely fine in terms of making a healthy community where newer players and underdogs will definitely receive more highlights, which will then create hype, and then eventually, like, if they're given the opportunity, whether it's esports or whether it's just anything where people receive a lot of support from, the bigger picture is always going to be great. But if you want to...
Hold on. What you're saying is that Australia and New Zealand is still free?
Short answer is yes, definitely.
There you go.
The short
We got
answer...
that, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that I don't know why people are even debating about. Like,
Yeah.
it's just, I mean, I'm just stating the facts, right? Even if I didn't experience the opponent, the overseas community, it's just that hard. Like, for years and years, not just Street Fighter, overseas esports teams, or even just general, like, real sports,
Oh
right?
man, Korea. What sports? You know, we do alright in rugby.
Yeah, like, I respect that whatever
We're
Australia
alright
is
in
good at,
swimming.
but it's just, I can name a lot of different things, but sadly, Australia hasn't been performing that well against either, even if the overseas teams are invited, even if the overseas teams had the rights to come to Australia and play against the Australians, Australian
Alright,
representatives haven't been
get your
doing
point.
well.
We'll bring this up after we've got Shoots and Wild Llama coming up now.
You're the one who asked the question.
I asked the question. We'll get back to that because I've got more to ask you about that. Let's watch this match.
Is
So we've
this
got
the
Shoots.
losers side?
This is in the losers. This is the losers.
This is losers
Final.
semis.
Or losers semi.
Yeah.
So meanwhile, Bug has got knocked out and Ghost Chicks have got knocked out.
Yes. Alright, so
You
we've
get
got
so
Mika v
lost.
Bison. So this will be interesting.
Ironically, these guys were on the same team at Battle Arena Melbourne in Streets Ahead. Him and Llama and Bugs. Chips and Llama and Bugs. Blackross and Llama and Bugs. Got the highest ranked Australian team, yes. In the 3 versus 3 Street Fighter down there. They actually OCB'd Dark-Sided, but then got smashed by all the Asians, considering what we were just talking about.
Alright. Mika stuff. Scary for Bison. It's
Nigga
not
stuff.
like-
Oh man. What a comeback. That was good.
Ooh, good job.
These two guys have played against each other 100 billion times. They're good friends, and like it's going to be very hard for any of their sneaky gimmicks to work.
Yeah.
Like it's just not going to. Like, you know, I think Shoots particularly has been working on his sneaky gimmicks for months. That's like his personal hobby. Whereas there's not that many skills that Bison can come up with.
Let's get
But
that.
we'll see. I'd love if Llama made this.
Good punch on the slide. It's now Choots' turn to go ham in the corner.
And he has everything ready to go. Nice block on the straight into the that was close, but maybe not quite. Oh no.
Nice work.
Bison
Good effort by, I'm gonna say good effort by the Mika, and yeah, whatever. by the Bison.
Yeah. So, what did you see in that one, Ben? Out. That was an interesting match.
Very straightforward actually. Llama likes to abuse, exploit what Bison is capable of, definitely. Shoot just made a little mistake at the end. Like, I have no reason, no clue why, or any reason to see a crouch medium kick at all. Because anything that, even if Bison pushed the button or anything at the same time, crouch medium kick wouldn't have done much. And Llama did the right thing to punish it. It's just, I guess Shoot had the momentum going, and then kind of exhausted himself, where he couldn't really finish the play at the end.
Oh,
He
dude,
did the right
that
things
one
and
was
everything, but just a little bit short on deciding
that one was
on the round.
Yeah.
But to be honest, with these two characters and what these players are showing right now, seems very, very straightforward, as this is what Street Fighter is right now. There's nothing gimmicky about it. They're pressing the right buttons at the right time, doing the right punishes, reversals at the right moment.
Yeah.
Very clean in comparison to all the games you watched until now.
Yeah. But it is actually, like, you know, I hated this game when it first came out. But the more I watch it and the more I play it, the more I actually start to think that it actually rewards real gameplay. You know, as
I
opposed
guess the game gets more fun the more you understand it, I guess. So naturally, people pick that up as they grind it out, which is really nice.
And like even the pros as well, like, you know, they've gone
And
from
Bison wins.
a game where it was very much about mashing out those one-frame links to a game where I feel it's actually about, you know, reading your opponent. And it's especially online, for all the online monsters out there like me. Like, you know, the netcode's a bit shit. You can't react to what people are doing, so you have to. Yes, is not quite the right word.
Right. I mean,
You have
definitely
to.
there's a lot of
You have to
comparison.
anticipate. You have to anticipate what they're doing, and that
Yeah.
actually makes for a good game. You have to read.
I mean, most
Like,
of those
it's
aspects.
just that.
Sorry, most of the aspects regarding a traditional 2D fighting game, the fundamentals are definitely all there in the previous iterations as well. I guess with a little bit of a mix from the developers' intention
Oh,
to
look
make
at
the
Llama's.
game
Sorry.
a little bit more
Llama's come
fluid.
back. Oh.
A lot of things have been simplified, and these players, the generation of the current players, are definitely absorbing it really well. Where
Yeah.
the previous Street Fighters had all the aspects, but they were very deeply layered. So some of the players were not even fully using the game and the character's potential at some point. Only those who actually bring out the time grinding
Man, that confirmed.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt, but
fully utilize all the things in the game. But Street Fighter V kind of has softened that gap, so you see a lot of advanced things happening really early. So that's what makes, as a spectator point of view, that's what makes the game.
it's beautiful. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I've got a 4-year-old son and a wife who hates fighting games. And
That's very
5, yeah, 5 is the one the one game where she actually will, and my boy, both of them will watch it and understands what is happening, and everyone can bait it out and say, "Oh, great," you know.
Final round.
I'm just
A 4-year-old can follow this, but I think it's great for the sport, and it's great that, you know, I can actually have someone, you know, who doesn't understand it and actually watch it and say, "Cool, like, this is what's happening here." Oh, okay, that's kind of cool.
I mean, there's a video in YouTube somewhere where like a 8-month-old baby was able to finish Ryu story mode.
Yeah. Somewhere on YouTube, there's my boy Henry when he was about, I must have been 2, also finishing Ryu's story mode. It's not hard, but But
Like, I understand you saying it's a simple game to follow. Like, it's a simple game to follow in the same way as if we grab an American and we sit him in an AFL stadium, you'll be able to follow as you can see one team is winning, one team has the ball. So people can follow Street Fighter in this kind of way where they can see, oh, this guy's doing some stuff, he seems to be in control, this person is winning. But they won't be able to follow it in the same way that, like, you and I follow it, or even Burnout, who follows it on a completely different level to myself, which is...
And me, yeah.
And, yeah.
And me.
And
But it is actually, you know, I think it is actually great that, you know, compared to so many other esports, which I cannot follow at all. You know, there's like a million different screens, there's 5 players, there's whatever's happening. I've got no fucking idea what's going on. Whereas anyone can, you know, I was watching Burnout's stream when it was being hosted by us, and it's like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, I've got no fucking idea. Whereas at least with fighting games, you can watch it, and it's like, you know, there's 2 health bars, there's 1 point of view, and it makes it I think it makes it a very engaging thing to watch. Like,
Yeah,
I love it like
visually it is like very straightforward, right? And also, I mean, in respect to all the other genres, like I'm pretty sure those players who play those games understand very well what the hell's happening. But I guess if you were to like explain to like a general bystander what this is, like there'll never be a moment where the characters or whatever goes off screen, right? Everything is right there in front of you.
Yeah, you can see it all. You can see who's winning. There's big meter. That's kind of cool.
Yep. So the only thing, so you can kind of divide it into two sections. Like one is just the visual aspect where you kind of literally see everything, and the second part is the mental kind of mind games where you kind of have to not expect, but you kind of get curious why players make certain decisions and such, and that's where you can kind of analyze the whole picture.
So, to the game right now, we're in losers finals. We have Nez Kill Queen versus a Wild Llama, who they played earlier, where a Wild Llama was Guile. He's now swapped to his main Bison, so we'll see if that makes a difference. So it's actually Nez who knocked Wild Llama into losers bracket. So
I'm expecting a very different picture to how Nez played against Somniac. But let's see how Llama... If Llama is actually a little bit serious and wants to take the win and win the whole thing, he might play a bit safe. But if he sticks to his own style, it'll be very different.
Llama plays very different Bison Somniac. But Llama's it's a lot more aggressive, a lot more yellow.
Good grab checks from Nez. That's one of the things Nez is actually really good at, is grab checks. Firstly, he doesn't usually go for the tech unless you prove him that you're going to grab, so he won't fall for shimmies straight off the bat. But also then, he's really good at predicting grabs. I played with him the other day, and we played about 40 games in the techs. 90% of my things, he knew when I was going to shimmy, he knew when I wanted to grab, he knew when I was going to meaty. Good stuff. He's just good at.
But yeah, no, I always say like Nez has won so many of these Burnout. He is hands down the #1 player.
Yeah, no, he's definitely one of the best players.
New players.
Yeah.
I guess the only thing that I'm noticing is that Nez is forward dashing a little bit more than usual. I guess against Somniac. Yeah, against Somniac, he kind of even hesitated to forward dash because knowing the capabilities how Somniac can take that to his advantage, he was a bit more cautious on that. But Nez, in this game against Wild Llama's Bison, he's kind of got that. Maybe he learned from Somniac's match, but it seems like he's more confident in his forward dashing. trying to get in close.
Oh man, he's played Llama so many times in casuals, and Insomniac is the guy who, you know, is around the casuals, but you know, holds his cards very close to his chest. Like Insomniac is a tournament player. Llama is perhaps not so much.
Yeah,
It's funny. I'll take this advantage to do a bit of a shill. Just because the Llama or
Ed wins.
you guys aware that we've been sponsoring, or we're starting to sponsor players to shoot around Australia and the world, on the back of the funds we've got from Team WP to enter international tournaments and level all of this up. Yep.
Fight.
yeah.
So
No, I think it's really good that that is a thing that's happening.
it is
really
it is
exciting
something
to get.
and pretty happy to do, and I hope the whole community gets behind it. And Llama was one of the guys we'd actually initially picked to represent us.
Yeah.
And yeah, and him and like Ross at BAM, which was the first event we sponsored people for, came fifth in the world. They smashed everyone, including some and the Dark Side team. Become the highest ranked Australian team down there. But Llama felt that he's got unique connections and shit like that. He didn't want to take our money. He didn't want to take our money, and he didn't feel he had the time to be to actually.
Yeah, look, there is more to life than Street Fighter. So
Oh, absolutely, and that's what we always say in real life. Like, if you're in your last year of doing Llama is,
I mean, there'll be opportunities for everyone,
Round 2.
and the
Absolutely.
timing will be all different. But I respect everybody's decisions, but the support is always appreciated.
well, that's what we've always said. And Llama, he's got his Team WP t-shirts, and is here to help us all. But he was originally going to be a player. But he opted out to have a wife. And oh my god.
oh, good job.
Yeah. So the difference in playstyle in comparison to Somniac's Bison is definitely kicking in.
Ed
Nez is
wins.
feeling a bit more comfortable. It might, like, if the grand finals happens to be Nez versus Somniac again, it can kind of come back to bite him, I guess. Like, he might get a little confidence beating Llama here, but then if he tries to apply that back to Somniac, it might struggle a little bit. But if he's learned from his match
It's go
previously with Somniac and learned from the match currently, if he's able to kind of come up with a good mixture of the two aspects, he might be able to show us a good performance in the grand finals as well.
Yeah, definitely. So it'll be interesting to see if the having that extra confidence from the win is always a good thing to have, but going from these two different Bisons, going their different play styles, and making some assumptions based on the previous Bison could be a downfall. Heart, jump back, yeah.
So, and also, yeah, a lot of Bisons. Like, even Street Fighter 4 days, Australia had flooded with Bisons. Even Street Fighter 5 seems to be a similar kind of picture,
Yeah.
which is interesting.
We need more Rashids, I think. In that Federation army.
Is there a
But no,
character that you guys never see,
Um,
at least in the Australian scene? Or you want to see more of?
Oh look, you know, I hate Rashid.
Fight.
I think that's the opposite of the
I
question
hate
that was asked.
the
To be honest, I would like to see I'm a big fan of watching Drew play.
Oh, okay. That's correct.
Oh,
We've got a few Drews in the Discord, so it's always a pleasure to play with those guys. But
yeah.
what about you?
Man, look, here we got Llama playing. Oh, smashing it
Oh,
with
big flash kick.
Smashing it with the character change.
Fight.
That was unexpected.
Guile's just a bad matchup for Nez. Or for Ed even. But also for Nez.
Like, you know, if Llama gets his head touched and does, you know, this good defensive play, then he could make it the grand finals.
Yeah. It's like
He can, but you know, without tapping his head for too much, like, you know, it's gonna be. I think he's gonna be challenged when he comes to Somniac a lot.
Final
yeah,
round.
definitely. I think anyone who comes up against Somniac is going to have a challenge.
Anyone who's coming against Somniac.
This it's a match point for Nez, right?
Yeah. Good point. So. Oh, nice jumping.
Oh wow.
You know, but Llama has all the resources. Just about.
Llama does have
Oh
HP.
man, he takes full.
Yeah.
One chance. There it is. He's gonna. Oh, never mind. That was
Oh,
one last
dear
chance.
me.
Yeah.
Ed
He had that
Alright.
last chance, but no.
So,
And here we are. We're going to the grand finals, I think.
yeah. Set point to Nez.
All right.
Nez. Yeah, you go.
Winners. Oh, okay. So
Straight
grand finals
in
now.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Alright.
Grand finals. Somniac versus Les.
Look,
Somniac
can't say we
being
didn't expect
winners.
this.
Yeah, I mean, both players definitely deserve it.
Seen this all before again.
go time.
We've
Well,
seen this so many times.
Yeah.
it's been really good experience, even for me watching these guys play. I mean, all the matches that we've seen on the stream, at least, not to downplay any other ones who played off stream, but I have been showing a really promising gameplay for the future FGC as well, in terms of skill and performance. So hopefully there'll be a time where the entirety of the tournament, just within like a national level, is going to be very, very hype. So definitely
Oh,
looking
look.
at that.
That's so true. And that's what we want to do. I mean, we're offering people the opportunity every week to play against the best guys
Yeah.
in the country, and everyone has been leveling up.
Mm.
You know, like Somniac doesn't want to fucking lose. You know, Nez. Somniac doesn't want. Nez doesn't want to lose.
Mm.
And you know, it gives them a chance every single Friday on stream with us shit talking the fuck out of them. To
I didn't. You did. Aha.
I don't know. We all try and be generous, but I mean seriously, like they can look back and they know that it's on record, and it's a chance for everyone in Australia to actually try that a little bit harder.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Fight that a little bit stronger, and you know, between that and all the training that they can get on our Discord, it's great. I love it.
Mhm.
Another good thing about this tournament is that it gives people like me an opportunity to get that kind of exposure, because I was never into before, when I first started playing, I'd never gone to a tournament, I'd never done anything like that for Street Fighter. I was just playing ranked and grinding ranked. It was very tedious. And then I joined this Discord and I got to have these online tournaments, and the fledglings were super important as well. That gave me that exposure. It gave me friends and even rivals in the tournaments where I had people who like like Ezekiel, who's another good player. Whenever we come up, we're very evenly matched, so it's always a good butting of heads. Well, I feel like it's a good butting of heads for the both of us. So,
Yeah,
and having that,
and I've seen photographs of you turning up offline as well.
yes. So that was my first offline event, and it's all thanks to the Discord and thanks to this exposure that I felt confident enough to go out there and just give it a whirl.
You know, and that's awesome, and that's what we want to do. That's what this Discord is all about. And you know, I know Burnout feels very good about that as well. Like, you know, at the moment we are. Let's just get to the point we're fucking free against Japan and Taiwan and Korea. And we all need to work together.
Round one.
You know, to
Definitely.
get stronger.
Fight.
To put ourselves on the stage where we deserve to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grand final.
Grand final.
Killer Queen, Somniac. Let's see.
Fucking he's straight into it.
Somniac won 3-0 last time.
Oh, did
against-
he really? He pulling up the stats. Oh, dear.
Well, no,
mate.
I think it might have been
My
3-1.
bad.
But yeah, so let's see if Nez can reset the bracket and take it. Not looking too good from at the moment. In the
Not
corner,
looking
low
good
health,
right now,
focused
mate.
on. That's a P.
Wow. And I had no idea 3-0 last time.
That might have been 3-1.
Such a
But yeah, it was,
player.
yeah. Good jump in from Nez, predicting a EX fireball, I guess. Or at least a button.
You know, I've got to say, I do hope that more of the guys from Darksided, like Falco particularly, you know, I'd really like to see turn up some of those guys. And the Jam guys as well, like, well, he's the Jam guy. You know, he's very welcome here. I'd love to see more of our professional Street Fighter players as such turning up and what the fuck
So,
oh my goodness.
what's the difference between this game and last game,
Final
then?
round. Fight.
Well, see, if I had to kind of, well, I can't really speak for the players themselves, but like,
Yeah.
just from my point of view, like Somniax has been a veteran player in terms of most 2D fighting games. Whereas
Yeah.
in Nez, while he's an exceptional player, kind of got more of a spotlight from the Street Fighter V. The entire longevity of Street Fighter V is
Oh,
just
get
been
points.
a couple of years. So
Yeah.
it's multiple things, but if I had to point out, like Somniac is kind of already a figure of his own, and like even if he didn't play a certain game, he could be infinitely better than a certain player just because he has that much experience.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's
Comes down to the
experience.
point of my previous statement regarding how whether it's the intention of the developers or whether it was more of the PR stunt where they wanted to make the game more simplified so that everybody have accessibility to playing the game and kind of give shortcut to the learning curve where you can kind of get into the deeper end of the mind games and all the mechanics, whatever, for the game.
Stop. That was the longest answer. Why is Somniac winning? One sentence.
But yeah, you gotta let me explain, right? So,
Yeah, definitely.
oh, and you can at the same time watch the game as well. So
Yeah.
eventually,
Fight.
if I'm just trying to kind of visualize the two different mindsets that goes to these two players and focusing on tonight's tournament as well. While whatever I explained before still counts, plus Somniac would definitely just use his basic knowledge of the game and experience from fighting games against Nez because he's quite confident in his gameplay. He's been playing Dictator ever since the game came out, and he would definitely have more tournament exposure and experience in comparatively to Nez. But I think Nez his ability to quickly adapt is definitely helping out. He's already played multiple sets with Somniac, not just this tournament, but if I had to focus on just this tournament today,
Oh wow! Oh man!
Yeah.
he also had experience against Wild Llama. So
Yeah.
it'll be solely up to his experience from those two matches.
Yeah.
Oh
Somniac.
no! The fucking throw.
So the interesting part about Street Fighter V right now is the game allows you to adapt that much quicker to someone who's experienced as Somniac. Which there has been a lot of discussion regarding veteran players. Like most of the guys within the FGC all around the world would already kind of know that, you know, a lot of the quote-unquote good players, you know, are losing. And then we see, you know, players like Punk and that, you know, in America, where the up-and-coming underdogs are now becoming very good at the game and being more consistent. This is kind of, I guess, the smaller version of that. So Nez definitely has that capacity to become like, you know, a world-class player for sure, at least in the Street Fighter V scene. Whereas the Somniac is kind of that imagery of Takedo, where he's always been playing the game for a long time, and he's definitely the veteran player.
Yeah.
Burnout.
So I guess the
You know, Burnout, stop.
definitely
Burnout,
have
stop.
to.
Burnout.
What?
What do you want, Hart?
I was just gonna say, like Takedo has been a wonderful player for many, many years. Also won Capcom Cup. Like Takedo is thriving in this game. We can't say that it's, you know.
No, he wasn't saying Takedo wasn't doing good. What he was saying is,
In this matchup, you've got Somniac, who's more like Takedo, where Nez is like,
Nez is more like Punk.
yeah, so
Oh
not
shit! And look at that.
not in like their playstyles, but in their experience and how Street Fighter V is giving the people like Punk who are newish to the game, giving them that exposure, giving them that accessibility to thrive and become those top level players.
And
Where-
Burnout, do you think that's a good thing?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Definitely. Because
because it
make-
gives the veteran players the opportunity to continue to hone their skills, and the newer players get a bit of a how would I put it? Not equal, but at least a chance
An
to step up
opportunity.
to the game where they can play with a very, you know, higher tier of players. So I think the
Yeah.
merit in that is if you go to a, you know, fighting game major and you compare that to any other like esports tournaments, fighting games is very unique that everybody gets to play against
Yeah.
anyone with any skill level.
Sorry, but
So that's the beauty
Everyone.
of the fighting games, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. That was a really good game there from Nez. Well, definitely a good round.
Like, holy shit, we're talking about the wider, broader implications of the changes to Street Fighter 5, and we've got the most hype fucking grand final I've ever seen happening in front of my eyes. Let's talk about that. That's insane.
Yeah, but it's all
So
in
we're one
all in
all.
the picture, right? So these two
Yeah.
guys are really good examples of that, which I'm really happy to discuss that with everyone. And these two definitely are showing the best performance right now. So there's another good, you know, good hope for the Australian FGC. Players like Nez can definitely thrive for the future generations of the fighting game players.
No, definitely agreed.
Oh, Nez. Nez is.
It's kind of like- Yeah, so it's kind of like even a homework has been given to the veteran players, like with all the boasting and like trash talking aside, these guys still have to practice as much as those up and coming, you know, underdogs in order to maintain that skill level. So there's no excuse in that.
Yeah,
And as well as the up and coming players such as Nez and many other players like, you know, Wild Llama and those fairly new players to the scene are doing a really good job of giving these guys the trouble of
Sorry, but.
being-
Oh, Dan.
Oh, yeah, that was. Yeah.
I'd love to hear about the whole one, but Jesus Christ. Excuse the religious people, but man, that was hot.
No, that was really good.
Insomniac, just VS
Definitely a
Devil's
good game.
Reverse. That was just insane. So
No,
now Insomniac's got no resources, but Nez has all of them. They're sitting on the wall. Now Nez has got. He's gonna. I reckon he's gonna pop that critical pretty soon.
No, I don't think he will. He'll
Yeah,
use it on a.
actually,
No,
Nez
use
does
it in combo or on a
does it.
EX up up.
Ooh!
Like that.
It's up. It's like
That was good blocks. Big
Oh
touchdown,
man,
big
the
damage.
blocks is just insane. Oh, what a
There
that
it
was
is.
perfect. And now he's got his beat. They've both got feature ready to go. Oh man, flies that out.
Didn't fall for shimmies.
He was going for the. Oh, you might. No.
So, comparing
I have
Nez's
no idea what's
play,
happening now. This is like so above my level. Burnout, tell me what's happening.
Nez
Oh,
is
oh,
like
fuck.
even though he's one game down
Oh,
to me,
really?
I
Fuck.
can't ignore the fact that Nez is doing really well. It's just that
yeah,
there's a limit to how much you can block, even if you're really good at deciding all the defensive stuff in the game.
Yeah.
The defender doesn't really kind of get rewarded for that because of the game, how it gives the white damage.
Round one.
So although
Yeah.
you're doing the right thing, the defender might feel that he's still getting quote-unquote punished for blocking. So there definitely is some sort of restriction and the limits of how long you can block. And of course, there's a famous quote, you can't block forever, right?
yeah.
It's just that Somniac has a little bit of an upper hand in terms of Bison capabilities.
Yeah, so that's something I've noticed as well is Nez's ends up with a lot of grey health every game. So, which you've got to be very worried about because the one hit gets rid of all of that. So
Yeah.
that would always be playing in the back of your mind, which would mean maybe he might not go on the offensive when he would because he'd be scared of that poke that would hit him unexpectedly. So, I
For
guess,
sure, yeah.
yeah.
It is a common ground for any character and any player, but it's just that characters like Bison kind of makes that focus even more like out there, since most of
Yeah.
his sequences and the strings like puts Bison in the positive frame, so there's no reason
Yeah.
not to do it as a Bison.
Oh, is that?
Yeah. So that what Nez did just there is actually really tricky. So I'm pretty sure if you back rise, he ends up on the other side.
On the-
I
yeah.
think that's. He did it
Depending
to
on
me
the
one time.
opponent's rise, I think. The rise.
Yeah.
I've been quite disappointed by what Ed can actually do from his B trigger. Like, does it
Really?
seem to have so much combo potential, but
It
when you
does.
actually see it in practice, like, it just doesn't seem to be used.
Yeah, because by itself, like, it doesn't really do much. You have to kind of get a hit confirm for it
Yeah.
to shine. So if it does come out on the field while the opponent
Oh dear, Somniac just
then
took
it'll be
that.
just a one-off thing.
Bison wins.
And I think that's it. That's
Somniac was on the
Somniac-
winner's side, so he'll take
yeah.
it.
Nicely done, Somniac. Really
That
well
was-
played. Very
that was
solid.
Awesome.
Congratulations to Somniac
Oh,
and all the top 8 places. I think
Well
it's
deserved. As we said, he's the strongest player in Australia at the moment.
Yeah.
So what do we want to say before the stream is turned off? First off, we want to say that, hey, it's embarrassing, but my name is Hut Professor. Follow me on something. But
We'll
you know
follow
who
you
I
on
am.
something. You have a
And
Twitter.
we're also joined by Burnout Fighter. And where
Yep.
can we find you, Burnout Fighter?
right.
Where can
What?
we find you?
Anything Burnout Fighter. You can even Google me.
You can Google Burnout Fighter.
Google
It's
Burnout
pretty
Fighter.
damn famous. So we've also
Yeah.
got
LLL.
L.
Don't really worry about where you can find me. I'm not very interesting.
Does
but-
L's have a meaning?
Pardon?
Does that stand for anything?
Not really. Just
No,
there's a lot of L's in my Street Fighter career, so just sum them all up.
that's pretty awesome. But if anyone's got any interest, this stream was hosted by Team WP, bro. Team WP, as in TAM.
TEAM.
TEAM. WP.com.au.
Yeah. So you've got the website. where you
.com.au.
can- You've got the website for Team WP. Team W. Was it team.wp.com.au?
Something like that.
Yeah, where you can find a whole lot of information about us here at Team WP. You can get, what we're doing, why we're doing it. You can get information about our tournaments and events that we're holding. You can find information about the sponsored players. Another place that's good for you to go to is the Team WP Twitter, which is Team WP AU. Go search that up, find it, follow
_AU.
_AU.
And
Go find us there, follow us there. You'll get updates of tournaments, things that we're doing as well. Also, the Team WP YouTube channel, where we have all our replays like this. Go there, subscribe, like, share, all those lovely things. Help us get those subscriptions over 100, because that's what we're
and that is
going for at the
awesome.
moment.
LLL, you are a shill machine. The people who are watching on Twitch, the link to our YouTube is there. If we get 100 subscribers by the end of the night, the poor people on our Discord can have jury feedback, and how sick would that be? But I just don't think it'd be disgusting. But I feel for the poor guys with that stressful fetish. Just want to thank you, mate, and particularly Burnout Fighter. Burnout, you still there, mate?
Stop.
Sup. Burnout has been a huge contributor to the fighting game community in Australia for years and years and years. Just want to give him a huge shout out for joining us in commentary. And
No, it's really good to have him. Have you
It
even?
is. Because you and I,
So
LL,
knowledgeable.
you and I, LL, we know nothing about this shit. We're just here to provide background noise.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
he's-
with that aside, I'm happy to answer any questions. I'm open to questions, simple or complex, regarding Street Fighter, regarding the community. I'm always
Yeah.
open to opinions, suggestions, feedback. So hit me up on whatever, and I'll reply with whatever.
Absolutely.
Cool.
So yeah, Burnout, he's the guy to go. We love him and we love his appreciation, and we're gonna sign out now, I think, because it's like
Yeah.
If I could
time
show
for
one
me.
last thing, I'm looking for stream slaves for
Ooh.
Melbourne FGC stuff. So
What?
if you're interested in being my slave regarding streaming and stuff, hit me up.
But Burnout, before we cancel this stream, what does stream slaves mean exactly? Can you elaborate?
Just helping me, I guess, streaming events, tournaments, blah blah blah.
in real life, or
Yeah,
on-
yeah, in real life, like you'll have to come to tournaments and like not tournament organizing, but like shit that goes on the streaming setup when if someone's
Okay.
needed to
So-
update stuff or someone
well-
need to move equipment, anything physical and mental abuse is gonna be like really high tolerance. So
Yep.
if you like that kind of stuff, hit me up.
That's cool, and we might be able to on Team WP Discord help you out with that, because we've got a lot of people from Melbourne as well.
Yeah,
But
anyone
anyway.
is fine as long as they like fighting games just as much as we do.
And can lift 25 pounds.
Minimum.
Yeah. All right. Good night,
Fantastic.
LLL. Good night.
All right.
Burnout. Thank you for
Later.
showing up. It's been a good stream. See ya.
See you, nice people.
See ya. Bye.